How's it going, guys? Today we're going to be comparing all three of these hand warmers, and we'll actually be using a tool to see which one's going to get the hottest the fastest. I've been able to test these all out for the past week, and I've been pretty impressed with all of them. They definitely all have some different features, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video today. So we have the OCOOPA, we have the UNIHAND, and then finally over here we have the LERAT. Let's quickly go over some of the stats, and then we'll go and switch to the actual heating test. So for LERAT over here, we have a temperature range from 95 degrees to 131 degrees Fahrenheit. Now over here on UNIHAND, we have a very similar result. We have 95 degrees to 130 degrees. And then finally over here, OCOOPA's range is from 100 to 125. So OCOOPA does have the smallest range, but we'll definitely see about that because we'll actually test all three of these and see which one actually gets hotter here for me today. Real quick before we do that though, let's talk about battery life for all three of these. All three of them have different ways of trying to say how long their battery life is. So I'm gonna try to explain this in the most simple way possible. OCOOPA says that they have a 4 to 8 hour range. 8 hours is gonna be your max on the lowest setting. And from what I've seen, that is per device. So if you guys rotate them and just use one at a time, you guys might be able to get closer to 16 hours at max. All right, so UNIHAND's up next, and they have a different way of saying how long their product lasts. They say that this will give you 20 hours of potential heat if you guys rotate them. So what I get from that is you're gonna get about 10 hours max per device on the lowest heat setting. That's just my assumption because once again, they didn't exactly make it extremely clear on how long the battery life is per device. So let's move over to the last ones, the LERATs. So these are pretty similar to the OCOOPAs. We have a 3 to 8 hour range, and 8 hours is going to be if you're using the lowest heating mode on these. They do claim though that if you guys rotate them that you guys could get up to 24 hours of continuous battery life. So anyways, with that being said, we're going to turn all of these on and change the camera angle to give you guys a closer look at the actual heating test. All right, so let's start the test. We're gonna be looking at the OCOOPAs. You guys could see the temperature already raising. We're at about 112. Let's see what the UNIHANDs, we're already at a much higher temperature at 130 on the UNIHANDs. Now lastly, let's take a look at the LERATs. And these are about 110 and climbing. So they were the last ones to be turned on, but they still were turned on within 10 seconds of each other. So definitely pretty impressed with the center ones here by UNIHAND. We're already at 140 degrees, which is higher than what they were claiming. And over here, we're about 120 at max. And then finally, the LERATs are getting pretty close to 120 as well. So we're gonna let these sit for about a minute, and then I'll get back to you guys and do one more test and see which one's the hottest. All right, so we're ready for a final test. Let's see what the OCOOPAs are at. We're gonna try and just get the max temperature. We're gonna scan all around here, and it looks like we are sitting right around 116 or 117 at max. Over here on the UNIHANDs, we're at about 100. I did see 130 there for a second. Looks like 128 though is gonna be the most consistent max for the UNIHANDs right now. It did seem like after they heated up initially that they did drop a few degrees back into their normal temperature range. Now lastly, the LERATs were at a consistent 124. So that's pretty impressive. And it looks like I did hit 130 eventually over there. So they just took a little bit more time to heat up, but they're definitely still giving us some pretty good temperatures right now. Before we finish this review, I do want to show you how these all pair or connect. So these have magnets. This is probably my favorite design. Super easy to deal with. The UNIHANDs are kind of similar. There's no magnet, but they do clip together. So that's nice. And then finally, the LERATs, as far as I can see, there's no way to actually connect them, and there's no lanyard holder. Anyways, that's about it for today's review. Overall, I've been very impressed with all three of these, and this one's really going to come down to personal preference. Hopefully this video is able to help you decide which one's going to be the best for you.